Okay, appears to have stabilized, so yes, I'm back. Hope it stays this way. As incident, somebody must have right on the board and moved it into a position where the police, myself, and my colleagues saw it when investigating the room. Witness, what do you have to say for yourself? What? Me, my lord? You and your fellows are seen before anyone else. It goes without saying that you must know something about the position of the notice board. Let's stand and testify again. You each explain exactly what you did upon arriving at the scene of the crime. Try looking at Gosling's message. I don't know the notice board. I just brought my hand off it, that's all. Don't look at me. I haven't a clue about it. I was doing business in some second years at the time. I don't know anything about anything. I'm just a bystander, me, just signing across the road for life. It was a river, I bet. It's a screen board. I can't see how they changed anything anyway. The detective still died before he heard the gunshot. I don't know if you can actually elaborate further. Judging by the crime, the witness, the only thing to do with the crime of the lamp oil, you see. We can't expect the witnesses to be able to give a more precise account of what happened. That's right, yeah. I didn't pay to expect too much. This quest for knowledge, that's destroying the world. That's what I think. Do you really? In any case, this case's testimony shows that even the nurse spot has moved somehow. The falling accident was with no difference. When the gunshot rang out, the accused was the only person in the scene. In short, the only person who could possibly have committed the crime is Bonvic. No other wriggling over the board changes the simple fact. Quite so. The defendants wish to cross-examine the witnesses despite the circumstances. Most certainly, my lord. Very well. You may proceed, counsel. I don't know about the board, no board. I just wipe my hand, that's all. So you admit that you wiped the board you wiped body hand on? I mean, what's to admit? The point is there for all you can see. It's been put in my right hand. I don't want to hide the handprint. You wouldn't realize the board pushed into the corner, did you? I imagine the way the grunt long foot and little powerful man. Did you see anyone else moving the board? That's another steal, I can tell you, but even I hadn't that minutes. There was a board in the floor in front of me, the room roof itself standing over it. There was a possible trying to see inside whether or not the bottom could go quicker. In other words, the witness gave unable to find testimony at the point. Oh yes, so did seem. Oh, don't look at me, I haven't got a clue about what's going on in business second year. I was doing business second year at the time. Hold it! You said you were doing business with them. You mean you're selling the fireworks? Yes, that's what else. There's a pirate school just around the corner, you see. The Ziggler so-and-sos have got plans to bomb the school in Kingdom Come. Huh. So I've been telling on them, letting the little teachers know what they're up to. Oh, you have? Yes, they wouldn't want anyone to get hurt. That's all the school. The kids were playing with little doggy toys. Then, praise the Lord, the teachers take all the fireworks off them. And then, praise the Lord again, the kids come back to buy more. Everyone's happy. What a racket! Because sometimes the teachers give me a little bonus, taking me and letting me know. Busy old life selling explosives. If I say yeah, it won't ever detonate. It'll just crackle there forever. Venus is a guileful good goddess indeed. Well, be barefaced kind of thing. Do you throw the fireworks at us? Something's wrong, Mr. Sandwich. If I said we could just leave me that, I'd be at the end of it. No. The Mr. Van did something to bring you to, perhaps? Philosophical thought. Deep. Philosophical thoughts. Let's say there was a great liar, and the great liar said, without batting an eye, telling bare-faced lies, that kind of thing, whatever goes about it. It would seem that the world was a lie too. It was a truth, which in that case she is the no liar. Oh, it's a hellish paradox. The one don't think. I'm not entirely sure, but to be honest, but it seems to me you're suggesting Miss Venus has been lying. Are you? What are you on about, old man? Trying to cause a trouble, are you? Something like that. And I'll wrap your whole body in the firecrackers and set them off. I'll give you something to tremble about. Oh, what a startling so mindset of sweet innocent face you have, young lady. So Miss Venus has lied in her testimony. That's what I was saying, Mr. Sandwich. Well, if you mean I'll be burning in hellfire for the rest of my days, so be it. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Can you elaborate, please, sir? Old Budmouth on here at hand, in the room the gunshot seemed to come from. But there was someone else who crept up on the stairs behind him too. That's right. The Ron liar over there. The Lord Mouse to rule the world. In fact, betake yourself to the scene of the crime after all. What did I tell you, huh? I thought I was good at telling barefaced lies, didn't I? Yes, you mentioned it. Well, that revelations rocked the whole new courtroom, didn't it? We knew for Firecracker packed a punch. Oh, you didn't visit see the crime, did you, young lady? Good grief. Well, now that you come to mention it, I suppose perhaps. I did clearly remember climbing to the stairs of the room, yeah. You either you certainly remember or you didn't. Oh, well, consider the fitting punishment for this producer's act later. For the time being, you will immediately amend your testimony to reflect on the truth. Oh yes, my lord, of course. Little Red Lying Hood. Maybe I did sneak along the gossip and peek into the room what all happened. Hold it! Make a habit of lying, do you, Miss Venus? Well, I suppose so. I don't really know, to be fair. If you want my advice though, take everything I say with a big pinch of salt. Alright. You in fact go to the room where the victim was killed that day in question, did you? Oh please, if I would. I think of anything else more terrifying. The truth, please. Alright, just a bit then. I mean, you're my age, serious about stuff, you know? You touch anything else in the scene. Oh please, if I would. I mean, there's a butt body on the floor. The truth, please. Alright, a bit then. I'll take a look and see if there's anything I could sell. I did give the place once over, but there was nothing about him. Right, now, I hesitate to ask, but did you move the notice board by any chance? Did you? Oh please, if I would touch anything like that. A few bits of loose change that I had. The truth, please! Well, alright then. I thought it might be a bit something worth having underneath it. So I blasted the flipping thing. Sorry, I flipping the blasted thing. You're telling us you did move the board. I think I did slip out, didn't it? What? You daft bimpot! I don't believe it. The kid doesn't think. So you did find anything then? Something you might have been taken, perhaps? Or to sell? Oh please, I shouldn't be so lucky. My imagination... The truth, now! Alright, I found this old pocket watch underneath the notice board, I suppose. I bet old junk can't be worth much. If you ask that. So it was you! It was you, was it? The one who took it! Gina! Young lady, may I remind you why you're here? Just that watch! That watch there! That's President Inspector Gregson from the yard! A big old case I solved 10 years ago! The Professor's case? No doubt. The boss used to wind up every evening without fail, even with wasting the grub from the pub. I see. I swapped it off him once by me, he was upset, he gave me a rifle earful. He'd been missed a day in the last 10 years of porcelain and wine in it. I meant the well to him, and I watched it did. Probably not the best thing to drive for then. It's not at all. Look, Giswell, last night I took over the watch but still wouldn't even touch it. Wouldn't give me a penny for it. He said it wasn't working. At the worthless he called it. Ah, I knew I should have lifted it. Gina is pissed. That watch must be submitted as evidence at once. Oh, please, just so long promise you to give it back when you're done. Not a chance. I'll swipe it from you to get your goby mitts on it again. That's enough, hence watch the bailiff forthwith. Now, children, watch your manners. Good lord. The glass appears to be broken. More likely shattered. More likely shattered with an inevitable shot. It didn't tick anymore either. Which is why Jezebel didn't want it. What a waste. Yes, indeed. It appears to have stopped. The hour of 5. Look when the gunshot was heard then. It supports the prosecution's claim, of course. Well, it would appear that the mystery of the moving bush has been solved at last. There's not still a bullet in. Wait, the key. Ah, there's a tiny little keyhole here. Can you see? Yes, it's probably for the winder that used to wind up the mechanism. It's like a little unusual, don't you think? Yes, it needs just the right key to wind it, I imagine. What if I've seen something a bit like the key that's the right size to fit this hole? It'd be wonderful if we had the key. Let's check carefully over the door of what he found. The glass over there faces really bad, cracked, huh? Look, when the inspector looked at it carefully, I was sure to repair it, don't you? Yes, I should think so. Very adept at making things like this. Useful man's around. You're the great detective, Naruto. Not an odd job, man. Whatcha! Almanac! Mr. Sir, do you think that perhaps this is this key? Could we get the key to the Inspector Gerson's watch? Oh yes, could be. Let's try it at once. No moment to lose. No. I knew it. It perfectly fits. Look, the Inspector's watch. It started going again. Oh, so it's obviously just not been wound up. That's all. So. Well, the watch isn't actually broken after all. I feel good verifications. She's even thought now. Perhaps I better start thinking deeply too. As predicted, every little bearing on the case. Now, no, then, cost me please, Counsel. I don't know what anything is. I'm just a bystander, just a sign across the road of life. And while the Reaper faces a green board.
Objection!
I'm afraid that's not necessarily the case. Oh? The scene. We found this key to the winder at the inspector's pocket watch. A key? A key? If I found the pocket watch, we discovered that the fact it still works. See? Watch didn't stop because it was broken at all. And that fact means it undermines the most fundamental premise on which the entire case has been built. Nani? Order, order, order! But, counsel! The watch stopped at almost exactly 5 o'clock. Yeah, we just went ahead the gunshots. It's exactly on the hour. The time was showing the watch tells us nothing other than when it was round down. Merely coincidence that it happened to be at 5 o'clock.
Objection!
Even if that's true, the 3 witnesses all heard the gunshot at 5 o'clock. So obviously a crime was committed.
Objection!
No, that doesn't hold. Why not? Recall what Inspector Letstray said only moments ago. Watches the wind up every morning without fail. That's why the grubs come into the pub. He said won't miss a day of the last 10 years polishing and winding it. It meant the world to him, and that watch did. The victim was in the habit of winding his watch once a day, in the evening. It was thought to assume, therefore, he wound the timepiece on the evening before he died as well. Oh yes, that would be entirely reasonable. But if that's the case, you think the inspector would watch would be completely wound down at 5 o'clock the following day? Why? How do you explain it then? In summary, the evening before the day of the incident was good, the gunshot rang out from the room. The inspector was already unable to wind his watch. You can't mean! Would stop a man from winding his watch for being in the habit of winding every single day for 10 years? Obvious answer. He was already dead. Order! Order, Consul! It's generally claimed. Exaggerate, if the word, but it's absurd. We could claim they're already dead the night before. Do you even think the night corner would have looked at them like that? On that subject, there's something rather surprising. The actual omission of the coroner report. The time of death is not noted. That's right. Wait a minute. What my leg went from under the kick in the door? What do you mean? What do you mean? Like I said, blood to the hand of greenly potable blood. Yes, the victim blood hadn't dried. It was fresh. Catches on fast, doesn't he? But blood can be explained in a number of ways. I could put there afterwards. Some fresh blood could have been poured over the victim's body. Does my learner think the fresh blood is available every street corner? Well, it hadn't necessarily been human blood, of course. We've been told previously that Scotland Yard has no way to identify what blood is as human. What is currently being researched. At present, you are correct. It is beyond our abilities. So then, blood could have been used. For example, a certain possibility that wasn't in the inspector's blood at all.
Objection!
But the gunshot heard 5 o'clock afternoon beyond question. Is it though? What? Given that the time of death of the victim has already been called into question, is it beyond the realms of possibility that there was a witness heard wasn't a gunshot at all? Please, what are you trying to say? Well, the Lord burn comes from the room. Why are you listening to me? Why does the young street sellers our ears or livelihood? I don't doubt your ears, sir, but all you can say with certainty that you heard a noise. Oh, speak yourself then, Consul. Made that sound like a gunshot. Could have been made with.
Take that!
Something like this. The culprit could have set off one of these fake gunshot. Oh goodness gracious! The fireworks are sold by the witness. Yeah, wait a minute, old man. What are you saying? I did it. I'm pretty impressed with little fireworks you made a little pop anyway. See? Not 100 of them together. The Venus Special sells 600 pennies. Pennies sounds like this. As the court now assessed, it sounds very much like a gunshot, in fact. Are you trying to suggest that somebody set up those fireworks in the scene? I'm suggesting that somebody knew the defendant was in the room 5 at that day, so they implicated him by creating a sound like a gunshot, and the peddlers of Finished Street heard. But even the accused himself has testified they saw no one else in the room at the time. Well, the gunshot firecracker, the other person present caused bored by Zeke. One whiff in the match of firecrackers goes pop. See, it's people like that's why people like him. Oh, I feel your fingers, young lady. Basically, during my time here in Britain, I've learned of a very useful invention indeed. Something called a time bomb. Good heavens, a bomb? Yes, at first it allows it to blow up whenever you'd like. Whenever you'd like. Mr. Nardo, I'm worried your unfortunate phrasing there may have led to another international incident. No, wait. It's not whenever you like part, it's important. A time device! Yes, exactly. A time device. Something of that nature could be planted at the scene. A device that was able to produce the sound of a gunshot long after the culprit had left. Your extravagant claim is substantial evidence, counsel. Proof that you do suggest any way that this device has been employed to create a gunshot sound.
Take that!
As already discussed, the tip of one of the candle's burned has been blown off. Indeed, because of the stockpile of bullets, which presumably passed through the victim. I don't think that's possible, my lord. Not possible. Why? Because the scorching. The gunpowder scorch marks are clearly visible on the broken candle. Goodness, yes. But that's not the case. The real scorching marks the victim around the bullet entry wound. That's right, there was. But we heard earlier. Scorching like that only occurs when the target is at very close range, a matter of centimeters from the gun. Ah! Which means the scorching of the candle can't possibly be made as a gunshot. Are you suggesting it came from the fireworks? How can it be? The fact that there's such a visible scorching on the candle suggests that the fireworks must have been right next to the wick when they exploded. Or put it another way, the candle and the firecracker were joined together. Somehow attached the firecracker to the point partway down the candle. After the killer had left the scene, the candle slowly burnt down along with the other two. So eventually ignited the fuse and firecracker generating sound. And that's how these witnesses came to believe there was heard a gunshot at 5 o'clock. Well, what a plot. And this implies that the victim could have died earlier than been led to believe. A previous day, even. Now, we'll just hold your horses. All those lights do can go on the building, remember? I couldn't forget the flame-colored hair, even if it wasn't wanted to. The person you saw entering the building wasn't the victim at all. Consider this. Obviously, anybody could wear a wig. The person that the witness saw entering the building 15 minutes before the incident occurred could easily have been someone else entirely, wearing a red headpiece. Someone else? Do you mean to say? It was the same person who tried the firecracker trick. In other words, Inspector Grayson's killer. Oh, very impressive. Great, what can I say? Naruto. Kazuma? I'm really quite amazed you come up this far. But after all, wasn't I the one who told you that you had all the markings of a great defense lawyer? Also noted the lack of a time of death report. A stark omission. But as far as I'm concerned, The whole country justice system leaves a lot to be desired. Oh, order! Prosecutor Asogi, what on earth do you mean by that statement? Here, the many leading members of British judiciary are present in the officer's trial today, so we cannot allow the slightest doubt or the overlooked. The defense assertions about the time of death based on the victim's stopwatch is just a conjecture. But, while this possibly exists, my learned friend may be correct. We have a duty to explore it. Well, certainly. I would agree with you. And what immediately comes to mind is, of course, what Inspector Gregson was doing. Where did he go the day before the incident? Do you know? The inspector always carried his investigation work alone. These moments were treated as confidential in the yard. Even within the yard? However, considering the evidence that has been presented so far, I'd say it's fairly apparent the case his main was pursuing, wouldn't you, my learned friend? I do feeling that the case might have been investigating. Yes, I agree, surely. My lord, the defense believes that can explain to the court the case involving being Dr. Gregson to his death. Very well, so, went to the court. What evidence suggests that the case being investigated by the inspector on the day prior to the incident? It's the newspaper. It's all about the red hairs.
Take that!
I believe the red hair piece points to the answer. We might assume that part of the disguise was carried out undercover investigation. Sure, my bright color depends would only make you more noticeable. Yes, that's quite true. It would definitely have made this stand out in a crowd. Except, that is, if in the crowd of gentlemen's the Red-Headed League. The Red-Headed League? So, you already worked it out. What on earth is this all about? This is Jordan League of Gentlemen? The Red-Headed League is currently under investigation for a grand deception. Deception of what nature, Counsel? They've been targeting red-headed men across all the country and tricking them out of small sums of money. 2 men were arrested this mischief only yesterday, in fact. My lord, the defense calls for those 2 men to be summoned at once. 2 redheads! Inspector Gregson clearly infiltrated the Redhead League using the hairpiece. It's very likely that he had direct contact with these criminals. It's quite possible that such contact led to more serious events. I concur. Like good countries have new avenues unexplored. Well done, Mr. Nardo. Well, it's another possible line of inquiry for us at least. Prosecutors will make immediate arrangements for the charged men to appear. It brings 2 Redhead Leaguers comparisons to me, Prosecutor Sogi. At once, my lord. Very good. We now have a 30-minute recess. Court is adjourned. And that's our public call for tonight. Because this will be a break. Is that call there for tonight? Thank you for being here, Linkley. I'll see you tomorrow for maybe the conclusion of this case, or it's going for butt. I'm doing it for much longer. We'll find out then. So have a great night and see you later. See ya. All the Phoenix Wright games are like this, and you'll see that because I acquired all the games so I can play them through. So I'm going to do them in chronological order. So because this one's in the past, I'm doing this one first.